have to worry.
Everybody knows about these people.
So there's different interesting that hugging people do on Purim. It's one interesting one I never heard of before. It says that they had a little bit before Pesach, they would make a fake Haman, like a statue of Haman. They would hang it from the roof, and it would sit there for a while. Then when Purim came, they would hang it from the roof. And then when Purim came, they would make a big bonfire and they would hang it over the fire and burn it.
Never they used to do it on Black When did they make this?
Purim. That's what the Haggadah brought down over here.
Wow. They made the Haman on Purim.
The Eliyarab brings down, but in the Aruch, the Aruch means Minag Bavel Ve'elam Kol HaBachurim Eisin Tzura Kidmus Haman Kaidem Purim V'Teilem Eisin Al Gagay Seyon. They hang it on there, they hang it from the roofs.
How did they know how Haman looked?
They made Purim Eisim Adura V'Teilem Hatzura L'Seicha V'Ein Svivo Mizam, and then they would sit around the fire and they would sing on Purim.
We used to do it on Like
So they did it on Purim also.
You used to burn Haman on Like you used to go to Mint. All right.
No, everybody ask them. We used to make a big bonfire. We used to make almond and burn it.
I didn't say you particularly. I said all the Israeli guys were to
Yeah, that's the.
But besides this, that's not that. That is just interesting. I bring it up. But the ikar minhag I wanted to bring up is dressing up. So it's a minhag that part of that everyone dresses up in different costumes, and it's not brought down by the Eliyarab brings down over here. The Knesset Hagdela, he said, and I'm saying it's brought down earlier. Even in the earlier placing, they have the discussion. They discuss it. He brings out what's the reason for it. So he says tam leremez leminhag shalonu b'shinei begadim chashuvin efshar zeichel amardachai shiatz b'vush malchus. So he thinks maybe he brings from the Knesset like that. It could be the reason why we have this minhag that we dress up funny is because zeichel amardachai, that he went up in these different funny clothes in levush malchus and dressed in the king's clothes. So he says maybe that's the zeicher why we have the minhag of dressing up on Purim. Yeah. But the shaila I wanted to sit on is that there's a minhag back then. The discussion came out back then for they would practice you dress up on Purim for Simchas Purim to make lisanas to make some jokes, to have a good time. So the shaila came up because the people had some people where men were dressing up like ladies and ladies were dressing up like men.
Right, so in other words, how far are you allowed to take this lisanas thing?
So the shaila is there's the Israeli silvish. One man is not allowed to wear women's clothes, or vice versa. So the shaila is, does that apply also here on Purim? Are you allowed to are you allowed to dress up in these clothes on Simchas Purim? So the shaila is also throughout the year. Also, the question comes up: if it's cold outside and you only have your wife's jacket with you, or you're raining and you only have a pink poncho, are you allowed to go out with the pink poncho? Is that also Israeli silvish?
Oh.
And also, is it Isser if you're completely dressed up, or even if you're just wearing one thing? You just say you're just cold and you want to wear a scarf.
I thought it was more like you're wearing a dress, not she's wearing a pants,
No, but he's giving you a good Mela coat. It's harder to tell, but let's say the coat is a red color.
Very woman's color.
Yeah, feminine.
Yeah, if it could pass as a men's coat.
Together doesn't define.
If it could pass as a men's coat, then
wearing glasses.
Oh, you have some men who wear glasses like that.
A woman putting a hat, a Borsalino. Now you see that in Kingston.
Oh, so the
I think once it becomes mother, that's another story. I think.
The one? If
it becomes
it's the style is if it's.
Oh, but is it the style yet? It's not really the style yet.
They should wear a Borsalino.
It's not really the style yet. How can they see it? Like it's
beginner snus. Yeah, it's a hazard.
Give me maybe in 10 years it'll become style. And
yeah, no,
but
sure.
Also part of the shaila is if she like a hat. It's Israeli silvish only if you completely look like a woman and dress up like a man, or if you only put on one thing.
Let's get started.
So let's get started. So the shaila. So it starts off into there's a Gemara in Nazir which they argue what is the isser of leis salvish. The machlekes is are you allowed to cut the hair in your beis hashechi, by your armpits, and are you in the beis ha'erva? Cutting those hairs not is for leis silvish. Says machlekes in the Gemara.
Is it only on that area, or what about here?
The rest of the body, I think is mutter. Africa over there, so definitely nothing to cut.
And today, Derech Gvorim is also to do it. Today, everybody does it.
Everyone does it.
Not Chassidish people, but going to Goyische Welt, everybody does it.
Maybe some. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Let's see how common it is. Let's see what the Gemara. See the Gemara in the Darin, Daphne, Ches, Amid Beis. There's machlekes whether this is the Rabban Deraisa. So we'll see what the machlekes is. Omar Rab Chia bar Abo, Omar Rab Yechanan, Hamavir Beis Hashechi Beis Ervel. Someone takes out the hair from Beis Hashechi Beis Ervel, Leikem Mishum Le'Yilbash, Gever Simos Isha. So these are so he says in the Rabbi Yechanan that there's an Isser Deraisa. So Meisvi, one of the challenges, heavier seir, einem mit divrei Torah and divrei Sefer. How do we learn that it's only midrabanan? It's not an Isser Deraisa to cut the hair from the armpit. So he answered, who the Amar ki Haitano? He holds like the other Tanya. The Tanya Hamaver Beis Hashechi Beis Ervel has a Eifer Misum LaYilbash Gever Simos Yisha. So we have machlekes whether.
I'm not sure what the question was and what the answer was, but all right.
Oh, so that's going to be the next.
He said it's minat.
That's the next
keta.
That's the next paragraph. So here we have machlekes whether cutting off the hair on the armpit is this the Deraisa or is the Rabbanan. So what is the machlekes? So the Gemara goes vayser v'tana kamo hay lo yilbash gever my dorish bein l'chidi have a pasuk yilbash. What is he going to do with it? So he says mi baylik the Tanya, like we learned in the Brisa, lo yekli gever al isha. It says you shouldn't wear the clothing of a gever shouldn't be on isha. My tamud leimar. What's it trying to say? Im shala yilbash ish sunlas isha. It just means pasha he shouldn't wear ladies' clothes. Isha sunlas ish hay kvar nemar te'eva. But the part says it's a te'eva, it's a disgusting thing. What's so disgusting if she puts on another person's clothes? She puts on his jacket. Well, what's the big te'eva? The inkan te'eva. It's not such a what's the big deal? Ella, rather, what the Torah meant is Shalai Yilbash Ish Simos Isha V'Yeshi Bein Hanoshim. That a man shouldn't put on the ladies' clothes in order that he could sneak in and sit between the ladies. The Isha Simos Ish, and the lady should dress up like a man. V'Teshi Bein Hanoshim. Then she could go and mingle between the men. And that's why it's a te'eva. So Kumtei says the machlekes when it says Shalai Yilbash Gever Simos Isha. Rabbi Yechanan holds that the Isser is just wearing it. As long as if you're wearing it and you're making yourself look like the other gender, even though you're not going and mingling with them yet, but if you're already doing it, it's already te'eva. It's already usher. Whereas the Tanakama holds that no, the whole Isser is only if you're actually going and mingling with them. Even though you dress up like a man or a lady, like the other gender, there's no Isser Deraisa unless you actually go mingle with them. So therefore, Satali on this is the hair, cutting the hair in the armpit. If you also in Tanda, so one that says this is Deraisa, Shitta that holds this Deraisa holds that the Isser is even if you're not mingling, whereas other Shitta holds is Dafke if you're going and mingling. So how do we paskin?
Saba went away.
Oh, don't tell her that. He went down to the bathroom.
And
you want another cookie? You want more cookie?
so
There you go.
so this is the machlekes. How do we paskin? So we have Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov Eimer. Minayin shlei teisa isha bekli zayin lemilchama. How do we know that a lady shouldn't go out to war, wear men's armor and a sword and carry all those weapons like a man? Tamalema leya kli gever al isha. V'liyabash gever simbos isha. Shlei taken ish betikuna isha. A person shouldn't decorate himself like a woman and vice versa.
So I just want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Are we talking about B'shas
Right.
necessary or stamazai?
I think stamazai.
Stamazai.
Saying if it's a kind of safasha, he's saying you have to do it.
If you're in a situation of Muhammad,
Saying the little chama
why make another issue when it's not an issue? Why can a woman go to war?
so I don't think that's
A woman cannot wear a gun.
Saying the Muhammad means that there's actually a war? I don't know. The Chayda Pashas, if it's Sakana Safashis and you're talking either to come fight, so Sakana Safashis is like everything, but I don't know. Let's assume, I'm not sure you touched Muhammad, but it comes to Kumtes over here, so we talk about Paskin La Halacha, the Rambam and Shulchan Aruch Paskin is that even if you're not mingling with the other gender, if you dress up like them, then it's an Isser, then it's Isser Deraisa. So the Beises brings up the shaila. What if you're only putting on one garment? Is Isser only you're completely dressing up like them, or if you just put on a hat, is that already a problem? So in the second matter of Makim, the Beises writes, and there are some Kufay Beis. Even though you're only changing one garment, but and everything else he's wearing, you could recognize him. Afilu hachia sarte Torah, still the Torah was aser. Dumya de kli zayin the isha. Similar, just like you see by the weapons of a lady, that even though she's only putting on one thing, she's just wearing a sword or a shield. Even though you can recognize her and you can still tell that she is a woman. He says learns out from this din of Rabbi Eliezer that even if you only change one thing, you're still usher. Even though you still recognize that you are from another gender, still it's a problem as long as even if you only change one thing. So this is how we pass him, that even one garment is not going to be usher. So just put on a pink hat or a pink scarf would be a problem. Now, so Bach. There's a famous Bach over here. He says big heter that he says if your kavana is not to look like a lady, if your kavana is for some other reason, it's cold outside or some other reason, he says it's mutter. You're allowed to go out with these clothes. What's the heter? So he brings from another Gemara. You see, he brings from another Gemara that your kavana is not to dress like a woman. It's for some other reason. It's going to be fine. This is the Gemara later on the next Amud. In the third Maramakin, on Nazir, Sechtes Nazir Daf Non Tes Amud Aleph, Ba Minei Rab Mi Rabbi Chia. Are you allowed to shave the hair in your armpits? Are you allowed to cut it off?
It's cold. Remember, a Nazir has to shave his whole mouth, right?
Right, but we're not talking about a Nazir. We're talking about a regular person.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
It's a Mesechtes Nazir comes up, but it's talking about a regular person. So, what's are you allowed to cut the hair in your armpits? So, Amar Lei, he said it's Asr. Amar Lei v'hakagadol, but it's growing. It's driving me crazy. It's causing me tzar. Right, you'll see. Taste explains that Shaila was. I'm not cutting off. I'm trying to look like a woman. It's just about making me uncomfortable. I want to cut it off. So
you talking about a scissor? You talking about
even with a scissor? Even with a scissor.
Mashkit or no mashkit?
Even with a scissor.
Oh, giluach. These are iso giluach, not.
The Gemara against it if you're using with a sar misperain. Well, let's see. So for answers, I'm really about practice man yishtli. They say it only grows to a certain amount. Kos man shu gadol noisher. When it grows too big, they said the derech here in the armpit is that it doesn't stay too big. So he says there's no tzorech. You don't need to cut it off. That's why he said it's usher to cut off the hair in the armpit, even though you're saying that it should be mutter because you're only doing it to stop yourself from having tsar. He says you don't need to because the Metzias doesn't grow too long. So let's see how Tesis teaches this Gemara. Tesis says v'haka gadol. He says v'hayil v'seifi l'gadol l'tzara. Since it's going to grow big and it's going to cause him tzar, af kishi galchenu ein ze kari tikad v'noi. Even when he cuts it off, it's not considered making himself look nice and pretty. She'in migalech eli nasim mitzara. The only reason he's cutting off is only to prevent himself from pain. So therefore, he thought that it should be mutter. So the next case he goes weiter. That was the cause. So what was the answer? He says that the armpit hair doesn't grow so long like the hair of your head, and it doesn't cause you pain. So this is the important part of Tesis over here. Tesis made the biggest side. If a person doesn't have intention for beauty, just to take away pain from himself, there is no issur of wearing of a sinless gever. So this is the biggest say it's back from this Gemara. You see from the Shaila, the Gemara from the way he was asking that I'm only doing it in order to take away tsar. So you see from the Shaila the Gemara that if your whole intention is only to get rid of pain, then there is no issur of leisilbash gever sinus isha.
Can't eat so much.
You're not mashkit.
It's like the same sort of the beard, you know. The cut thing.
You have the right to be mashkit.
Because it's in the way. It's tsar. So but it's going to go back anyways. Mustache.
So let's say the last half of the last paragraph in Tesis. He says also when it comes to mirror, there's Isra le'yilbash gever sinus isha that you're not allowed to look in the mirror because ladies look in the mirror. So Tesis says it depends on your kavanah is. Your kavanah is to make yourself look nice. So yeah, that's also. But if your kavanah is only because you're giving yourself a haircut, you want to see what you're doing. Also, he says there's no Isra. He writes, "V'im kain hamistakel b'mara," someone who's looking in the mirror, kadei shel yachbel ba'atzmein, or they shouldn't hurt himself while he is giving himself a haircut. Shari, chayna haravinu peretz, sherabe yaravinu shmuel mi'aviro, hoya mistapel b'mara. When you give yourself a haircut, you look in the mirror. So it takes this big yesod. If your intention is not to make yourself look nice, it's just to see what you're doing. There's no isser of a yilbash gever sinol sisha. So, according to this, the Bach writes. So the Bach writes, according to this.
You need.
So the Bach writes, according to this, that if it's just cold outside and you only have a ladies' coat, or it's raining outside, you only have a ladies' coat, he said your kavanah is not to make yourself look nice. You're not trying to dress up like a lady. Your kavanah is only to sell yourself on saras. So it's going to be mutter. And the Taz brings it. So
what about the klima chama in the woman?
The klima chama in the woman. So she wasn't going out to war. I guess. I can't understand that. The I'm saying if he's going out to war,
obviously what it means that she was wearing it in order to look like a man, to a macho.
I guess look. To look like she's going like a milchama. Maybe I guess you'd have to type.
You'll see. You'll be very. It was a gather of new to do like that. It was a thrilling. The thrilling was to exchange, to transport. It's okay, look at the mafashim. The Ibn Ezra is very clear. This is to do with clothing. Yes, to do that. The person wants to change his essence to become more gavri or more nashi.
So the
clothes, it's the intention.
So the Taz brings us down halacha, and Pashas this is the psak halacha. It's not get cold, and you don't have anything else. So you can put it on if that's the only thing you have. There's a tshuva from the Mar. So the shaila is what about when it comes to purim? So it comes on purim, you want to dress up like a woman. So on one hand, do you still have the same heter? Could you still say that your intention, you're not trying to be like a woman, you're just trying to make freilich. Just trying to be mad at the Simchas Purim. So there's a the Rama brings down a famous tshuva from the Rabbi Huda Mintz, and in Simin Yod Zayin, he wants to write that it's based on the same Yesod. He wants to say it's mutter because her kavanah isn't so much for her to dress up like a lady; it's for Simchas Purim, and therefore he wants to be mekel. So we'll see the tshuva on the side in the fourth Maramakim. He says Raya. He said, what's a Raya that is mutter? Maro al kocha gedelim v'chasidei elam zal, that they have these grace mention. Shenis gedalti eslam. He grew up by them. Ashero b'neim hu b'nei seim. So their children, their daughters, chasneim v'kaliseim, and their in-laws. And leivshin oisen partzufin v'shini bigdei, that they wear these masks and they would change their clothes. Mi bigdei isha v'chein lahevach. So to the other way around. V'im haya chas v'sham nidnot avera chalila. Ivim haya chas v'sham nidnot avera chalila v'chas lahem lishtik. Chas v'sham they should keep quiet and not say anything. V'loyim machon. The kosh came v'kavachem b'isser lav. How much more so when it comes to isser lav? We're talking about isser lav. In the sermon they should have said something. You have to say that the whole issue is only when you're intending to make yourself look nice. Whereas over here, your whole intention is only to mach freila. And he brings the same gemaras with the mirror. You're allowed to look in the mirror. So he goes based on the same derech. The Bach onto the Minatir. He wants to say it's also mutter on purim. And he brings another interesting raya. And he says, "Eidnim sabetshuva shekatzav Rav Tuvia of Hashem Riva." That it says when Simchas Purim comes in, if the bachar and they're hungry and they're having a good time, they steal some food from the kitchen. So there's that Isra Gesel. So he says no, even they did it without permission. Mishas Mikra Megillah from once Shas Megillah starts ad Seif Sudas Purim until the Suda's over. Sheim Beis Leilos V'Yim Echad Ein Mehem Mishum Gesel. There's no Isra Gesel Ve'Ein Has Minum LeBeis Al Kacha. So until the Suda ends.
I believe that it's Shesem brings ve'ein medaktik in the dovel. That on Purim you don't medaktik to just let it go.
So the Rama brings us down to Shulchan Aruch.
All sorts of things that
So there's, so he brings. He says you see that on Purim where things which are usually Isra Gezel. Mitamal comes Purim where there's no problem. You're allowed to do it. You can't. If you still it's Simchas Purim. You're taking food from the kitchen. You're not trying to steal. You're just trying to get married Simchas Purim. You want some more farvaisen. You're trying to get some more food for the Haringen. And So he says, he goes on, he says, Mishum Simchas Purim Lei Mikveh Gezel. If you're doing it for Simchas Purim, it's not called Gezel. So he ends off, says, Hachi Nami Nidan Didan. So too in our case, Leishna, it doesn't make a difference. Kinisha Eina Mechavin L'Niyuf, since his Kavanah is not for Niyuf, Ella L'Simchas Purim, it's also going to be Mutter. So this is a famous trip from the Marinans, and this is how you pass in halacha that's not going to be, it's going to be mutter. And the Ramah brings this down also in halacha on Shulchan Aruch in the fifth Maramakim in Siman Tafei Shadik Vav. He writes, "Mashanagu lubeish partzufim bepurim." This that the minhag is that we wear masks on Purim. The gever levish simul sishan, and a lady wears man wears a lady's clothes. The isha kli gever, and she wears a man's clothes. Ein isher b'davar. There is no problem. Since their whole kavanah is only to make freilach, it's going to be mutter. The ish aimed the aser. You bring someone that said there's a shit that says it's aser. Aval haminhag is svar harishena. The minhag is to be mekel. This is how the Ramah and passing is based on Marinins. However, all the poskim get very upset about this. The Taz, the Shach, the Rechi, so they're very uncomfortable with this heter. The Vach, yeah, the Marinins, they're all chilik on this. They have a lot of problems. So first of all, one of specifically with Purim. Well, I have the brothers to say a later sefer on the Yam Ketana. He teaches these tainas very nicely. He has questions. He says he doesn't understand the Bach's heter to where he doesn't understand what's the heter for wearing a lady's clothes if it's cold outside. He says, so what if your kavanah is not to dress up like a woman? So any isser, I'll say if my kavanah was for something else, it's gonna be okay. Well, you'll never say if you could be mati every isser in the Torah like that.
Used to wear his wife's clothing. They were very poor.
Who used to?
Oh, yeah?
They didn't have money. So the Mephoshim already explained that it was not a klima yuchad.
It could be something.
It was a general.
It's a natural color.
Yeah.
Neutral.
So you have in the sixth Maramok in the other. I brought the
This is a man can wear a woman or both.
Both.
It goes both ways.
Goes both
The
ways.
tam, the davar applies both ways.
So I brought his lashon in the sixth Maramok. It says l'chiser daidi gadla hatema. So according to my humble opinion, I don't understand it. V'hapel al divrayim. He says I can't understand what they're writing. Me'ayin lehem labadi svaris milibam ulahater isra teira. Where do they come with these svaris? That because I'm not having a mind to dress like a woman is going to be mutter. As you're only not allowed to do one of the shansei surim only if you're miskavin to do iser. Could be matter anything. The Torah says you shouldn't eat dam. My kavanah is not that to eat dam. My throat is bothering me. My kavanah is not. I'm not trying. My kavanah is not for achil. My kavanah is just for refuah. He says he doesn't understand it. Ain't the davar safe. If you go such mahachi, you matter everything.
So let's do the machlokes if the door is tamid the kol not. You know the Rab Shimon Tanakama.
But even there's time in the cross only when it says klar. Only if the Torah tells you a time.
No. The Torah only told Tam in three places.
Right. Yeah.
Rab Shimon there is tamid the kol in all over.
He has and it says in Maramakim he has more time. This is Bechlal on the Bach. Even though he has this tiny lapel, the halacha, the Bach and the Taz, not going to take this on the halacha. It's going to be mutter. But instead of the Maramakim, he says, Imam doesn't understand the Ramah. And the Ramah means he says, he says, Imam can't understand it. He says, even if you want to go with a Bach and say that you're only wearing it because it's cold, it's not a part of the Israel. If you don't have any other coat and you want to stay warm, he says that I can understand because you're not trying to dress up like a woman. You're just trying to keep yourself warm. But on Purim, when they're doing, they're befeders having kavanah to dress up like a woman. They're trying to look like a woman. That's all kavanah. That's the whole reason why they're doing it. LMI because they're only doing it to make a freilach. Because they're not doing it because they're only doing it to make a freilach is going to be mutter. Well, what's going on? Here he goes weiter. They're befeders. They're trying to do it. Ki'im she'elamai she'ein eno isin chalil lahachis. What's the difference? They're not doing it to go against the Eivishter. They're not doing lahachis l'shem Yisrael. El she'ein l'zeis l'shem simcha. They're doing the isra l'shem simcha. So hayala al das hati isra teira b'tzeh. No, if I'm eating treif, also only l'shem simcha. It's going to be mutter. So he doesn't like he doesn't like it. How are you going to end for the Ramah and Marimins? They say that the katam of the Isser was only the time of the Isser wasn't just to try to look like woman. The time of the Isser is to go mingle between them, to try to mingle between them. So if your kavanah is not to be like them, not to get mixed up, it's only a shame. Only the shame simcha to have freilach. So. That's what the Marimins and the Ramah held.
You're not good, but not trying to take it to the ultimate level. Yeah, but it's still their shilas. What's the difference if you're mingling or not mingling?
It's still a good time, yeah.
You know.
It's a deichek, right? You have to. I'm not sure his name was Guy. Last name was Gottlieb. He's later. He's not. No. I'm gonna bring later. You have to rearrange. He's Masbir. The time is nice. He's Achrin. He's
not strong in the Ramah.
No. But we'll see. I brought his list.
I don't think any of them are strong in the Ramah.
No, we're gonna bring. We have a Rishon.
You could get
in Sekunda, Herschel. So Herschel. I just brought his Lashonis because he teaches Isaiah Shane. I'll bring now. You have a great surprising who say Clara the Isser. You have look in the Ithmar Makin. There's a Yereim. You have one from Rebbe Eliezer Mimitz, one of the Rishonim. He teaches Clara that it's Isser. The Ithmar Makin. He said in Simas Tav Sadikei. He writes Velu Beishafilu Arai V'derach Schaik. Even only temporarily and just for a joke, it's Isser. Shadilei Chalak Hakosu Ben Kval Arai. The Torah doesn't tell you a chiluk whether you're only wearing it temporarily or not. Since I see people attack and do it temporarily, they do it by chasnas, make freilach. Also, other place I wrote this that he thinks that it's usher. So you have the Bach, the Taz, and the Shach. They all write lisser, and they bring have a Yereim, which says that it's usher.
Yeah, even in the Vasal Gani, which says Hanle Shtusi, bring down on the Gemara, but that was the Gemara says only the Gabi him.
But he didn't break Aisur Daraisa. What did he do wrong?
Yeah, he wasn't there.
What did he do? He played in front of the Kana. What? Well, what did he do? And break Aisur Daraisa?
You're talking about what?
Yeah. Well, what did he do? Aisur Daraisa. He was just acting weird. That's it. People didn't do those things.
A big Talmud Chacham didn't do
yeah, right. That's right. But he didn't do Oiver Aisur Daraisa. Right. That's right. The same thing. They didn't do Aisur Daraisa.
So I'll end off also with the Knesset Hagdela also writes. He also writes the Isser. He writes in the 9th Aramakim, he says, he also writes to be Asr. The Bach says, even though it's Asr, most of you are shaking value Mazidin. So if they're not going to listen to you, then you're better off not saying anything. See, that's what the Bach says. He wants to say that they can't have to be Meiche. He says, "Shekvar kosav shambal sefer zichreinis." He writes, "Shalei nemar ze ela davke b'midi midrasha." When you say mutav, you're shaking volume azidim, but if they're not going to listen, you better not to say anything. It's only if it's not something that's black and white in the Torah. If it's a drasha, it's a limud, which isn't so clear, then we say you better keep quiet. Avod b'davar shum afurush, something which is a klar isra, it's one of the Taryag mitzvahs. Lei nemar. We didn't say mutav, you're shaking volume azidim. Yeah, you have to say something. It's limchais, and you need to be meicha. The shinui zeh begadim me ishal ish kasub b'mikra behedya. So it's clear you can't trust like that. See, he wants to even have to be meicha. So Prima Gadim, he wants to be mechalik. He says that if they dress completely like a woman, then you have to be meicha. If they're only wearing one thing, he says could be. Yeah.
What's the bottom line?
So bottom line, la halacha is saying if you're wearing it just outside because it's cold and you don't have any other jacket and you only have your wife's jacket, so the Bach and the Taz are matir, the Chayodam and the Chayodam questions the heter, but Pashas is mutter. If you don't, if your kavanah is not to look like a Naisha, it's just as cold, you don't have anything else. So the Bach and the Taz are matter. So Lacha is Pashas is mutter. In Lagavi Simchas Purim, so that's a great machlekes. The Ramos make but Lepel, the Bach, the Taz, the Shach.
The question comes up in plays. Druk is making a play. You know,
Well, there's
they're not going to have those.
Oh, so plays. I don't know. I didn't have. I should have looked at it.
Or in camp all the time. You have plays.
Mendel, dort ein größer Unterschied. Sie gehen nicht between the Gvorim.
Purim geht man echt nicht. Das
nicht.
Purim im Ganzen nicht. Bei einer Gvorim Purim nicht.
No, but up there, what he's trying to say is over there, it's not track, it's in your own house. Here,
right, but
over there it's in your own house. Over here, you're going out amongst people.
Right, but we brought machlekes in the Gemara whether Israel is Silvish.
But he's going out, but in the camp, you're not going anywhere. You're in your own house.
Right, but we saw the Gemara that Israel the Israel Silvish is even if you're not going between the anashim. Machlekes in the Gemara whether Israel Silvish.
But you're going outside.
One second. So a woman. Let me ask you a question. So a woman is allowed. 1 second, Mendel. Is a woman allowed to wear pajama pants in the house? She's not going anywhere.
Why? She's talking pajamas.
She's not going anywhere.
No, he means women's pajamas, but it's pants.
But it's pants, no? Pants is a levushish.
For was?
For was?
Alle Freunde, das gehen Pajamas. Gehen mit Pajamas. Nicht alle andere gehen da mit.
I don't know, how common is it for ladies to go with pajama pants? If it's common enough for ladies to go with pajama pants, maybe there's not a...
If they're putting on your pajama pants, they're not that nice. The pajama pants...
There's no difference.
So what's the nicest with the plays? I don't know. I didn't look into it. I'm not sure. But I'm put on the pill. The Prima Goddam says that if only wearing one thing, you don't have to be meicha. It's only beged after you don't need to be meicha. Nice of the place. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's on Purim.
Doesn't matter.
One thing is the place on the right that it's also you shouldn't do it at all. The question is, if someone's doing it, you have to tell them not to. So if they're not going to listen to you, do you say mutav you shaking? They're not going to listen to you. You tell them. Do you have to say anything, or do you have to keep quiet? So that Prima Goddam says only wearing one thing. You don't have to. You don't have to say anything.
Fein, schon koech.
Yeah.